Hello everyone, and welcome back to... Just making sure that I am streaming. Yes, we're live. That's cool. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Weekend League, once again. And the second to last round of the two races in the Weekend League. And, yeah, for this one, we are in the glorious Singapore. And now this is, I really like Singapore, actually. A very, very nice track to be in. And, yeah, we're going to have to see what's going to happen here, as we've already, qualifying's already gone underway. We do have Ben Roberts in pole position with a 1:15.1. 1:15.1 and 1:35.1, sorry. Then Bequaz Boy in second with 1:35.2. Bon Evil in third with 1:35.4. Then Winkley Style in fourth with 1:35.9. 1:36.4 for JMB Rio, 1:37.2 for Drams, 1:38.2 for Black Bella, and 1:44.7 for XX5, but he definitely know he can go quicker than that. Welcome, just Kevin in the chat, welcome. Gavra's in there as well, as always. Just getting this qualifying session underway. Let's run on board with Jumbo Webster here. He's about to come around the final corner and start another lap. So, you know, I'll take you through the lap here. As down into turn 1, very nicely. I want to use the curb in turn 2. A little bit wide through 3 there. Probably could have hugged the curb a little bit more on the inside. Now into turn 4 here. Keeping it nice there. Keeping it away from the walls. Here we go. Nicely through there, using a lot of that curb as deck down into this tight right hand here. Want to make sure you don't understeer wide into that wall, and he's done so. Now using a little bit of the curb here. Want to stay away from that Rolex wall on the outside and down into a very tricky section of the track. It used to be a lot different when this track first came into, it used to be called the Singapore Sling. Until they changed the track because it was god awful. And DBD getting out the way then, might have been a little bit of a distraction. He's come through the hairpin, down the middle DRS zone. This is one of the longest lap times on the calendar, actually, this track is. And let's go down now. Here, using the curb on the right-hand side, and using all the curb on the left-hand side. You will not get a penalty for that. As you go down underneath the grandstand here, that's where the track goes. And then once again, using the curb on this right-hand side, then back on the left-hand side again, using a little bit, had to lift off a little bit there as he almost went into the wall, and he's going to back off a little bit here as he comes around the final corner to the line, and it's going to be a 36.8. It's not the quickest from Jambo Websy, but good enough time there as with Isaac Smart just went into 7th, 36.4. And if you hadn't already, some of you might have been watching the virtual GP from before, where we saw a bunch of drivers racing around Austria for the actual, for the F1 virtual GP. As here goes Green Chicken now, and towards the back end of the track. And as I said, one of the longer lap times around some of the tracks. Piero, welcome back, always in the streams, are you, Piero? Good to see. Watts managing to join back. As Ben Roberts is on a lap, looking to improve on what he had from before. And let's see if anyone else is able to move up. Green Chicken moving up into 10th place of 1:37.2 for him. DBD trying to set in a lap now as well. Cash Tangle in. Welcome, Cash Tangle. And it's great to see all the drivers here. And yeah, if you haven't already seen, the new season, season of our main leagues is starting up in a couple of weeks' time. Actually, next week will be the final week of the prelim races, and then the week after it's the start of the season, where we'll be joined by all of the leagues, Academy Fresh and Premier Super, in Bahrain. I did manage to account enough drivers did manage to get enough drivers for all of the leagues, which is great to see. But yeah. Now he goes Jutsi Kev. Actually replacing his brother, who is replacing his brother, who is Ray Fizz. But obviously Jutsi Kev not being able to race full time now, so only coming in as a replacement for his brother, it looks like. It's Sexify up into 4th position at 35.2 for him. Nicely done there from Insectify, nice and clean. I need to stop getting into this camera angle. Move my way out of it here. JMB Surreal, unfortunately invalidated his lap. He's not being able to improve at the moment. CM Ferrari just starting his lap. Let's have a look at Drams as well. He's currently on a lap in his Alfa Romeo. Jutsi Kev on a lap as well now in his Mercedes. So very nicely done there through the new Singapore sling. Down into this very tight hairpin here. Nice and quick through there. As he comes out of there. And it's going to come down. He's purple through the middle sector. This could be very good for Jutsi Kev, replacing his brother here in the Mercedes. As he comes down through the final sector, very tricky one here. A lot of tight radius corners. A lot of right-handers on this track. Right-handers and left-handers, both all mainly 90-degree corners. As through the final corner now comes Jutsi Kev. And up to the line. Where will he go? He goes pole position by 7/10 over Ben Roberts. And replacing his teammate in style here with 2 minutes 45 left to go in this session. Wiggly Style, sorry, Quazboy, so I think just moved up. Someone had just moved up. I didn't see who that was. Could have been Wiggly Style, I'm not sure. There's an XX fight on a lap as well. So is the Comeback King Quazboy. The comeback team is what I'm going to call them now. Bon Evil and Quazboy. So Jutsi Kev retiring, so definitely not going to be able to improve on that lap. He's happy with the lap that he put in. Yeah, let's see what Bon Evil is able to do. And as expected, what we saw in the chat there, rain was expected towards the end of this session, so these guys want to be putting in laps very, very quickly. As the rain is coming down quite heavily, actually. And poor Dan, he wanted some rain, and unfortunately he hasn't been able to get it. Jambo Webster retiring, he's not being able to improve. Well, he's got it, but when he's not here. Oh, that's a big corner cut there from Ben Roberts. Not going to be able to improve on that time. Will Wiggly Style improve? As the rain is coming down quite heavily already. It looks like it's already come down too heavy now. I don't think anybody else is going to be able to improve. I don't think so. Oh yeah, it's very bad actually. Very, very bad. The rain just suddenly just absolutely chucking it down. And I don't think anyone's going to be able to put in a lap because of the rain that we've got. And you see how much the cars are struggling. Big slide from Watts there. think that's going to be everyone out of this session, if I'm honest. Really do not think many people are going to be able to improve. There's an Alfa Romeo, like, quite far down and out on in the escape lane at the straight. 10 seconds left to go in this session. And I think that is going to be it, because everyone else is in the pit because of the rain. I don't think Drams is definitely not going to be able to put in a lap. No one's going to be able to go faster on the intermediate, so it is the session done. Bit of a slightly anticlimactic end to the end of it there. 5-second time penalty for Wiggly Star, which means he won't be starting in 3rd place. He'll actually be starting 8th place. Yeah, so everyone's going to move up. So it's Jutsukev on pole, Ben Roberts 2nd, Wiggly Star in 3rd, but he does have his time penalty. Class by 4, Sex 5 5th, Seal Ferrari 6th, Watson 7th, James Cyril 8th, Azet Smart 9th, Jambo Webzine 10th, Drams in 11th, Green Chicken 12th, Bala in 13th, DVD 14th, Bon Evil all the way down in 15th place. Say in the chat saying got disqualification for no reason. Was in 2nd place. Possibly was stopped on track for too long and in a dangerous position. Maybe might just be Codemasters being stupid again. But let's find out what's going to happen here in the race of the Singapore Grand Prix. Bon Evil, you probably... Yeah, I don't know. That maybe you were travelling down the track in the wrong direction for a bit too long. Sometimes the game does that. If you go down the track a bit, if you're facing the wrong direction for too long. Let's find out what happens here in the first of the 225% races here around Singapore. You see some medium tyres in the pit lane there. Didn't realise you put that much detail into your game, Codemaster. Except Codemasters, half of the tyre is in the ground, which I don't think is going to look great, if I'm honest. But here we go. For the formation lap. Let's see how it's going to go. Just Kev starting on pole position. I'll be looking to get a good start here. It's the first time we've actually seen the weekend league actually in Singapore, which is interesting. Singapore, difficult track. It consists of 3 DRS zones, actually. One of the only few tracks that do have 3 DRS zones. And has one of the largest corner counts in the game as well. I think it might have I have the largest corner count in F1. I mean, Yas Marine is close to it, I think. But yeah, very long circuit, this one. 15 laps of it here. And then a one-shot quality and then another 15 laps of Singapore. Lap 5 is when people will be pitting for the mediums to take them the rest of the way. Everyone just come around for the formation lap. Everyone's gonna line up now, getting ready to go on the formation lap. So everyone lining up towards the back of the grid. And let's get ready to go, as the lights are going to count down way too early on what it normally would be, as always. Oh, and what's his AI has already disappeared. Brilliant. And there we go. And the lights are out, the way we go. CLM Ferrari got a jump start. Must have just jumped the start and got a drive-through penalty for it. And that is not great for CLM Ferrari, as already he's being attacked here, and it's pretty clean into turn one. No real moving positions here, as it's actually going to try and go around the outside there of what was JMB Surreal, I think. And now CLM Ferrari getting the move down the inside of Isaac Smart. And already off to it, it's going to go 4 wide possibly, and oh, that's not a great move from Isaac Smart. A little bit unclean there, and here goes JMB Surreal down the inside of the Ferrari of CLM Ferrari, and his teammate Jambo Websy there right up behind him as well. And a pretty clean start from everyone so far. I think Watts has joined back, but has found himself in first position. Gavra, I don't know if you want to sort that out, mate, because his AI pretty much put him in first position there. But Gypsy Kev technically in the lead at the moment. As I see, Ferrari's dropped so far back. He's actually having a battle now with Bon Evil. Here goes Bon Evil now, possibly looking to the inside with the Alfa Romeo. Going to go down the inside, and indeed does get the move done up into 9th position. Goes Bon Evil. As a Gypsy Kev currently leading the race. As Watts isn't leading the race because he got a huge jump start. As Jitskev come across the line, take the fastest lap, and it's just a typical Codemasters there, just giving us an AI shooting off into the distance. As Isaac Smart there, getting past, I think that's his X-Fine, he does, up into 5th position. Here goes, I think that's JMB Surreal looking for a move. Yeah, here he goes to the outside now, just JMB Surreal. It's X-Fine going to hold it on the inside, going to try and go defensive now. JMB Surreal might attack into the next corner. Doesn't go for it there, runs a little bit wide. Wants to be careful he isn't making contact with the wall. But pretty standard so far. Not many incidents at all, but just kind of is gaining on Watts. You know, Watts got like a huge mega head start. CLM Ferrari is going to have to come in and serve this drive-through penalty at some point, otherwise he will be disqualified from the race. As Watts once again has left the session, so his car's going to go back into AI mode, which means he's going to drop down the pack. There's a Bon Evil now, and it's Sexify. They're going to wheel to wheel in underneath the stadium, and I think it's Sexify. I think he's gone way too deep into the escape plane, and I don't know whether that was to avoid the overtake that was created by Bon Evil, or whether he was pushed out there. I'm not too sure, but he's sliding all over the place at the moment. And CLM Ferrari hasn't come into the pits. He's going to have to come into the pits at the end of this lap if he wants a chance of getting back into this race. Hards come on for Jambo Websy. And it's Xfire also coming into the pits. Will there be a set of hards for him? No, he's going to try and get a set of mediums to the end. Here goes Ben Roberts down the inside of Watts, and he gets the move done. Possibly a puncture. I don't think it was a puncture. If the damage is only on reduced, I don't think you can get punctures. You only get punctures if the tyre wear is like really bad, or if it's simulation damage, which it isn't. So I don't really know what that could be. So Bequad's point sticking behind Jutsikav actually. Ben Roberts dropped back a little bit now. I'm not really sure what happened to Jambo Websy. Maybe he had wing damage, possibly. Sexify, possibly. I think he definitely had wing damage as well. As here Here comes CLM Ferrari on the inside of Drams and does get the move done. Can he look for a move on Green Chicken? No. Isn't going to try it here. I think that's turn 12, actually. I think it is. Yeah, just count the corners. I should know my corner numbers. Someone up at the back. Once again, it's Sexify into the wall, and he's got big damage to the front wing. Definitely going to have to come back into the pits again for that. And with full safety car because of it. Full safety car, which is very interesting. And now all of the people behind, from Isaac Smart downwards, have been able to pit for a free pit stop to the medium tyres. Bon Evil also into the pits. Yeah, so people are going to be able to replace wing and stuff like this. These guys up front, these four, will have to go around a lap and pit. But everyone will have to delta. You can only run at a different speed there if these guys were behind the safety car, which they are not. The safety car's not come out yet. It's still currently waiting for the leader, which at the moment, it's just going to park there and wait for the leader, so everyone can go past the safety car there. Don't know why everyone is slowing down. You can literally just go past the safety car. Yeah, don't really know why everyone's slowing down, because you can go past the safety car, but hey-ho. CLM Ferrari still hasn't been able to serve his drive-through penalty as of yet. But let's see. Now, as we're under the safety car, Kev most likely going to pit, so Bequans, so Ben Roberts, so will Watts. All likely that these three are going to come into the pits for probably what will be mediums, probably, most likely. It's worked out a little better for these guys, though, because these guys have allowed themselves to go at a slower lap on these softs and then go into the mediums. So it actually is going to work out better for these front runners. And, his AI hasn't pit, which is interesting. And is currently going to take the lead in the race. But Pequan's Boy in as well as Jutsikev and Ben Roberts. It's a bit, all evenly spaced out in the pits, these guys are actually. And Watts now has ignited the safety car, and the safety car is away. Yeah, just waiting for everyone to come around now. We get to the back of the pack. As it's CLM Ferrari into the pits. Interesting. I think he's trying to serve. The drive-through, but what he doesn't realise is you cannot serve a drive-through penalty under a safety car. That's not how it works. You cannot serve a drive-through penalty under the safety car. So that's what CLM Ferrari's tried. He's tried to serve as drive-through, but what he doesn't realise is he can't serve it under the safety car. So now he's on the soft tyres, which means he might have to pit again. But if he pits again, he can go back onto another set of softs. But it's gone from bad to worse for the Ferrari driver. If there really are any incidents or anything, please just don't put them in the chat. Just try and make a claim in the Discord, and then the stewards will have a look at it. But yeah, if there are any incidents, make sure you put a claim in the Discord. There's no point in putting it in the chat, because nothing's going to get done about it here. It has to go directly to the stewards. Well, they will have a look at it and they will decide the fate of the driver. Possibly, I reckon it'll be this. I reckon the safety car will come in this lap, most likely. Most likely going to be this lap. I think it will be. It's most likely because Ferrari's catching up to the back of the pack now, as well as DBD, so they'll be on the back of the pack soon. It's just racing. Sometimes you can get really unlucky in racing. Sometimes you seriously can get really unlucky during racing. That's how it goes, though. Safety car in this lap. So, yeah, as I said, I knew it was going to come in this lap, and it has done. So everyone lining up now. But actually the AI is going to come the de facto safety car, which is quite strange. But we're going to have to wait until everyone's ready to go. And then we can get back underway with some racing. And yeah, away we go. Quasboy got a 5-second penalty for a collision with Jutsuken, but I believe that was just because of the AI. That'll probably most likely be removed. As everyone's storming through, and it's Jutsuken leading the way. Isaac Smart up, Quasboy, then Ben Robertson, Isaac Smart. CM4 has been disqualified because he did not serve that drive-through penalty, as I said. And he was supposed to serve it, and he didn't serve the drive-through. And possibly now, sorry, I was just looking for, there was a move there possibly. Oh, and that's a big crash, and someone's been slammed against the wall. I think it was possibly, was it Green Chicken? I couldn't see who it was. Wiggly Style, I think, squeezed Green Chicken. Now Green Chicken's got no wing, and here goes Drams now looking for a move, and then the Racing Point of Black Ballet's hitting to the back of him, and Green Chicken is not in a great position right now. That was a big squeeze there from Wiggly Style, and that is not great for him. Definitely should have given that driver a lot more room. There's Wiggly Style right behind J&B Surreal, actually. As just kept off to a really good start. He's got a second lead already over the Quasboy. He currently now has a 5-second time penalty. That will most likely be removed because of the situation that it was. Isaac Smart picking up a 3-second time penalty as well. There's a Green Chicken now. Didn't repair. Oh, he's coming in now to his pit stop. And he comes. Probably most likely go on to the medium tyres, take those to the end of the race. Might be able to take the softs actually. We'll see what he goes on to, but Jutsukev leading. And will someone look for an overtake here? Wiggly Star might go for a move on J&B Surreal. No, won't go for that there. Possibly try it now, maybe in the next few corners, as they got to try and get within that DRS range. DRS won't be enabled yet. But as long as he stays within that range, he'll have DRS when it's available to him. So let's see now. As they're all coming down to the main straight across the bridge. And around down to the main straight. Just kept leading by 2.4 seconds. Ben Roberts keeping with Bakwazboy, who has penalties to his name. So does Isaac Smart. He has penalties as well. And Bon Evil. Then it's JMB Surreal. Weekly Style closely behind him. 6 tenths behind. Now 4 tenths it is. Weekly Style getting very, very close to JMB Surreal. So we've got someone off at the back. It's Black Bala off at the back. And big wing damage to the Racing Point. Has managed to get the car turned around and back on track. He will have to come in for a pit stop for that. But DRS now being enabled. This means that people now are going to have chances to make overtakes as Black Bala retires from the session. But here goes. Could be the first overtake of this DRS section. Ben Roberts possibly on Bakwazboy now. Is he going to look to the inside? Here he will. And indeed, will get the move done. Very nice and clean overtake there. Will Weekly Style look for the move on JMB Surreal? Isn't going to go for it there. I think JMB Surreal went defensive to Wiggly Style. And Jambo Websey picking up a 3-second time penalty there. As these guys here come down the back straight. Through towards where the Singapore Sling was. And yeah, let's see. Oh, and that's very, very wide from JMB Surreal, and that is definitely going to allow Wiggly Style. Here he comes, and it hasn't got DRS, but he's going to try and look to the outside of JMB Surreal. Can't go for it there. JMB Surreal got wing damage as well. He's really going to struggle in this final sector. This is really going to slow Wiggly Style down, as Wiggly Style going to have to try and find a way past him as they come underneath the grandstand. As JMB looking to be all over the place at the moment. Wiggly Style going to want to get past him as soon as possible. As Bakwazboy into the pits, interestingly enough. Possibly to serve the 5 seconds. Which probably could have just got removed anyway. Oh no, he has wing damage. Wing damage for Bakwazboy. I think he got that possibly off of when he hit Jutsi Kev. Oh, we got a spinner! And it's Wiggly Style spinning on the exit of turn 3. That's unfortunate for Wiggly Style. He's got a lot of wing damage and he has to carry around now. All the way around the lap. With 5 laps left to go in this race. As fortunate there for Wiggly Style. However, his teammate, who would normally be Ray Fears, but is Jutsi Kev, out leading at the moment by 4.5 seconds. Jambo Websey behind JMB Surreal. 8 tenths of a second now, split them. As they've gone down into the tight left-hand hairpin before he opens up the DRS now. Looking for a move. Will he be able to get close enough though before turn 12? Won't go for it there. And isn't quite close enough to get that Ferrari past. As they're going to come round now towards a tricky tight section of the track. And then underneath the grandstand. And Jambo Websey getting a little bit closer now to JMB Surreal. And this could be a good move for the Ferrari driver. He can pull this off. He's running a little bit wide. But he's got DRS open. JMB Surreal trying to just battle as best he can to try and get away from Jambo Websey. And here he goes down the inside. And he does indeed get the move done. Almost lost it on the rear there on the curb, but managed to hold the car very nicely. And that is Jambo Websey past JMB Surreal for 5th position. Wiggly Style into the pits for the wing damage. Yep, there he goes. And Watts is back into the race after being lagged out. Just all the way down in 10th place at the moment. So Chutskev's still leading. Can't actually see any interval gaps at the moment, so I don't really know who's close to who. I think Bon Evil, yeah, looking very close to be behind Isaac Smart at the moment. The two McLaren drivers having a very, very good race so far. So, finally going to get my interval gaps back. So Dram's now actually getting quite close to his teammate. JB Surreal losing a lot of time. Still waiting on a couple of interval times, but it is Drams right up behind his teammate at the moment. Has a 4-10 split them. Let's see what he's able to do when JB Surreal runs a little bit wide. Could this be the opportunity for the Alpha Tauri? Wasn't going to go for it there. Definitely not an easy overtaking position. This, however, might be one, yeah, as JB Surreal with the wing damage running so wide there, and that's just allowed Drams to just nice and easily go through up into 6th position. And a couple of penalties looming over people as we come down towards what is lap 13 of 15. As the closest gap now we have on track is between these two. Bon Evil and Isaac Smart. Isaac Smart picking up another 3-second time penalty. I can't even do driver select now. That's how broken this game is. But there's your penalties. 6 seconds each. 3 seconds to Jambo Websey has. So Jambo Websey 12 seconds behind. So definitely not going to be able to have any influence on this battle. But these guys here, both 6-second time penalties each. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Bon Evil on the hards, Isaac Smart on the mediums. So, 2 different compounds once again. What can they do here is they've just come through the old Singapore sling over the bridge. Down here into this tight right-hander. With mediums just being able to just slip away a little bit better out of the corners, it looks like, as Bon Evil once again have DRS, but no move being able to be done at the moment. As 4-10 separates them. Isaac's about 10 seconds now behind his teammate. These two battling it out here for what is going to be the last spot on the podium. Bon Evil right behind Isaac Smart. Is running a little bit wide here. Might look for the move now. Will she look for the move into turn 1? Isn't going to go for it there. We'll wait a little bit longer. Possibly try it in the next DRS zone. Or we'll take it down the inside here. And there's actually going to be a head through the DRS detection point, which means, if I'm correct, it is actually going to be Isaac Smart who will receive the DRS because he was just ahead just behind in the DRS zone. Bon Evil was ahead. Bon Evil possibly looking to the outside. Going to hold around the outside. Really good racing between these two. Now on the inside, Nicely done. Isaac Smart, they're going to hold it on the outside here. Oh, as they make contact, it's squeezed to the wall. That was very, very close between those two. Really, really good racing. Here they go now. Is Bon Evil on the inside through the Singapore sling. They're still wheel to wheel. And in the end, Isaac Smart holds the position, but is now going to have no DRS going into the next section of the track here. Into the next DRS zone, and Bon Evil opening up the DRS. Will she look for a move now? Down into, I think it's turn 12. That's a late send, a late lunge, a little bit of contact. But in the end, gets the move done. That was some very, very clean racing between those guys. As someone is into the pits. I think it's Green Chicken. In for a set of soft tyres. JMB Surreal now getting Bakwan's boy getting past him. As JMB Surreal's had a little bit of a mistake again. So these guys so evenly balanced. Some really nice racing between these two. As 10 laps of both of them on mediums and hard tyres. And Isaac Smart just dropping back a little bit now as we're on to the final lap of this race, and has just now picked up a 3-second time penalty. So that is not going to help him in his run to get onto the podium. But Jutsikev out leading the way over Ray Fizz, and then this could be critical in the championship fight, because Ray Fizz was leading the championship, but now with reduced points, it is for a reserve driver. It is going to allow Bon Evil to close the gap down in the championship, as she was in second place, as Jutsikev pretty much been leading the entirety of this race, hasn't put a foot wrong as he comes around the final few corners now. As he's going to come under the grandstand. As he's swerving and weaving and doing all sorts. As he comes round the final corner to take the win in the first of the two races here in Singapore as the fireworks go off. Ben Roberts going to take second. Bon Evil possibly going to come round, but hang on, we've got possibly a bit of a battle here between Bakwan's and Drams. Bakwan's right up behind Drams. Will Bakwan's look for a move here? Can't go for it then, but it is going to be Bon Evil in third. Isaac Smart in fourth. I think Jabba Webster will come across in fifth. Can Bakwan's find a way to get past Drams here? He's going to have a penalty anyway, so I don't think it's going to count. But will he look to the inside now? Isn't going to go for it then. It was Jabba Webster in fifth, and it's going to be Drams in sixth. Bakwan's in seventh in the end. And then it's going to be this man here who picked up damage before. JB Surreal going to come across in 8th. A bit wide there from DBD, and that's actually conceded in the position to Wiggly Style. Yeah, Bon Evil, that was a brilliant. Yeah, it was a brilliant battle with Isaac Smart. It was a very, very good battle, very clean racing between those two. And in the end, it is Jutsikev who wins. Ben Roberts in second, then Bon Evil in third in the end. And that rounds out the first podium of 2, which the next one will be coming very, very soon after this one-shot quali. But there it was in the end, and there are the penalties as well. On to the next one, where we'll have a one-shot quali. First ever points for DBD in the end. Well done, DBD. Here we are, on to the next one now, which will be a one-shot quali, and then another 25% race. Here we go now for the next race. One-shot quali this time. Everybody should be in and ready to go. Get ready to start. Yeah, Jamie Webster. Yeah, whatever your name is. The hards usually in these 25% races are just like a no-go, pretty much. The hards on this track are just really bad anyway, so... Here we go now for the one-shot quali. I'm surprised the safety car came out, actually. Didn't think it would. Right, now, am I able to ride on board with the race winner, Jutsi Kev, or will it not let me do it? Oh no, trust me, DBD, there are drivers, trust me, there are drivers who have taken longer than you to get a point, mate, don't you worry. Trust me, there are longer. I can name 2 drivers, which I believe one of them has not had a point and the other one has had 1 point, I think. They were teammates. They were both teammates. They were a legendary duo, I have to say. Legends within the Gavra racing community. They were legends. Gavra might know. Gavra knows who they are. Gavra knows who they are. Gavra would have raced against them in the Super League. And now that'll tell you Gavra know who they are. Well, we want the names. I can't reveal the names because that would be unfair on the people who it would be fair on the duo. Yeah, Pierre, if I was to give names, that would be unfair on the people who I'm on about here. Pierre, you can probably guess, mate. They were in the Super League for 2 seasons, and then when all the prelim races happened, they got sent down to the Freshman League. I can't reveal that. I'm sorry. For the sake of their names, I can't reveal it. I'm sorry. just for the sake of as well that one of them is he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Come on, there's clues. Yeah. Piero knows. Story DBD, mate. There are drivers who've had to wait longer for their points. But Jutskev on pole position, Bequas Boy second, Bon Evil third, CLM Ferrari fourth, Certified fifth, Ben Robertson sixth, and that's as far as I got down the list before the board had ended there. Private confidentiality, yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. So it's Robertson 6th, Willie Styles 7th, JB Surreal 8th, Jambo Websy 9th, Green Chicken 10th, Drams in 11th, Isaac Smart down in 12th, DB 13th, and Watts at the back in 14th place. And only a 10th between Bequas Boy and Jutskev, and a 10th between Bon Evil and Bequas Boy. Let's just say that in the freshmen, when they were teammates, they both drove in a Haas. And that's all I'm going to say. Hi guys, if you're watching. We think you're legendary, don't you worry. Piero should know. Come on, Piero, you should know now, mate. You should know now. Gav will know as well. Because you both would have raced against them. Not Super League, sorry, Premier Series. That's what I meant to say. They were Premier Series, not Super League. Any advice on a setup around here? High downforce. Yeah. Lots of downforce. Yeah. Slower than Eugene. Well, don't. Yeah, slower than Eugene. Rain expected at the end of the race. Ooh, could get interesting. Yeah, Gavra, mate, that's one of them anyway. Robert Codfather and Willie Sanker, the legendary trio. If you guys are watching, we love you, soldiers. You are the guys. You are the duo. I believe Willie Sanker got some of his first points, I believe, in the freshman. Until he unfortunately left, and then it was me and Robert Codfather became teammates. That was something. But yeah, don't underestimate the power of Willie Sanker and Robert Codfather duo. They're probably if they're watching right now, you know, legendary people. You would go down in. Oh, did Robert score some points? Did he? Oh. Well, props to Robert Codfather then. I believe he sent me a real name request on PlayStation. That's how good me and Robert Codfather are. We know each other. We know each other that well. I don't actually know him. We just were teammates in the freshman in the Haas team. Right, that's it anyway. Let's get going on this race. Let's see how this is going to go. 15 laps, once again, of Singapore. Everyone coming around the final few stages to get a little lined up here on the grid. I mean, get ready to start soon, hopefully. So apparently rain at the end of the race. Will it come in time for intermediates or will it not? Let's find out. As all the cars are lining up on the grid. A nice camera angle would be good. Thank you, game. I hope Watts' car doesn't just shoot off again, and it did. And now the lights for them are out, and away they go. And I really hate how this is the thing in the game now that I have to, like, I can't even see any of the lights. Oh, there was contact at the back. It's Ben Roberts down the inside of Insectify. Now JMB's real now, trying to go round the outside, possibly of Wiggly style. Now Ben Roberts trying to get back past Insectify, and I think he does so, but now Insectify just getting ahead, and here goes Wiggly style down the inside of, I believe that was JMB's real. I can't see what's happening because it's just a crowd of cars. And so here we go now. It's JMB's real, Wiggly style wheel to wheel, then it's Isaac Smart and Jumbo Websy wheel to wheel, and then they're going to go wheel to wheel here, both sets of drivers, and then it's going to be Wiggly style on the inside, and he's going to get the move done. A little bit of wall contact there for JMB Surreal, and now Isaac Smart going to try and go around the outside of Wiggly style and can't get the move done, but all overtaken at the back here is the McLaren of Isaac Smart trying to find his way back up the grid to try and be alongside his teammate Ben Roberts, who's currently behind CLM Ferrari. But a good start from Jutsikev. Just ignore Watts' car, because once again he's lagged out. Watts, if you're watching this, please fix your internet. Thank you. That's a Wiggly style now on the inside of Isaac Smart. And Isaac Smart on the outside. Wiggly style locked up, and he's pushed the McLaren wide. And now there's going to go and jump. That was Jambo Websy actually going through. I'm surprised there was no damage to any of the cars there, as Watts slowly falling down the pack here, as everyone overtaking his AI car. And it was interesting at the back there. I think that all stemmed from Wiggly style locking up quite aggressively just before the start of the final sector, and it's Sexify moving us up into 6th place, having a better start to this race than he did in the last one. Let's see if he can keep this momentum up. As it still seems to be pretty close up top. Bon Evil sticking with their teammate Pequaz Boy in the Alfa Romeo. Definitely towards the back of the grid. Wiggly style getting close up behind Isaac Smart. Isaac Smart now trying to gain in on Jambo Websy. Yeah, Jambo Websy gaining on Watts, but Isaac Smart actually within the DRS range now, and obviously no DRS as of yet, but yeah, we'll probably get that, yeah, when on lap 3. Oh, there's someone up at the back, and DVD, after getting his first points, has unfortunately is in the escape road. Unfortunate for that man. It's Sexify picking up a 3-second time penalty. Just be careful that he doesn't carry on doing that. As here goes Ben Roberts now to the outside of CLM Ferrari. He's going to now go down the inside here, and indeed does get the move done nice and cleanly. Though will CLM Ferrari look for a cutback. Isn't going to go for it there. Here goes Isaac Smart, though. He's right up behind Jambo Websy. Could be both McLarens getting past both of their Ferrari rivals here. As Isaac Smart looking to get past Jambo Websy. Very close to each other at the moment. It's Isaac Smart, Wiggly style keeping with this pack as well. As over the bridge they go and down the main straight with the DRS that they will have. As Jambo Web's actually catching up to its Sexify. Didn't have the DRS on that occasion. That just allowed Isaac Smart to gain in a little bit. 3-second time penalty given to Bon Evil. As lap 3 almost gone in this race. There's a thing. Someone's coming to the pits early. But Quazboy, has he got damage again in this race? He's going to hope that he doesn't have damage because he's going to fall quite far down the grid. No, just an early stop for the medium tyre. So possibly looking for a big undercut on everyone else. That's what it looks like anyway. Looks like Isaac Smart, though, squeeze to the outside. And I don't know, did he pick up any damage off that? He didn't. That was a big squeeze to the inside for Isaac Smart. Now he might look for a move. That was Xxify not leaving him the room, and didn't leave him a lot of room there. However, the overtake didn't seem to be on. He wasn't a long enough side the car to warrant the space. He might try it on the inside now, and he's pushed Xxify a little bit wide. Is it going to go wheel to wheel down into the Singapore sling? And that was a little push into the wall there as they've got Xxify picking up damage. And Xxify being squeezed after he squeezed Isaac Smarts. I think if he's having any complaints, well, he squeezed him first. I think that's the only thing you could say there. He kind of squeezed him into a wall, didn't leave him enough space. Saw a similar thing actually with Jetsy and Cryptek back in the Premier Series on that corner, where Jetsy just trying to get the widest line possible, push Cryptek into that escape lane, where that escape lane sticks out a little bit on the track, and that's where Cryptek picked up the damage and retired the car. And yeah, it is impossible to go side by side into that corner, I agree. Also a little bit of a silly move, but in comes all of our leaders of this race into the pits. As it's going to be Jambo Webster who actually leads the way. Isaac Smart's starting on the medium, so is Drams. They're going to go a lot longer into this race with 10 laps to go. As there's going to be a little bit of traffic now for these front runners, who are going to have a couple of issues, obviously, with the drivers ahead who haven't made a pit stop. But Quazboy, interestingly, obviously pitting a lap earlier. But, all these guys are going to go past the AI of Watts. There's a little bit of a close battle up front here once again between Isaac Smart and Jambo Web. As surely Jambo Websy most likely going to come into the pits this lap. As lap. So Isaac Smart apparently prompted to go to the mediums, but he has to take those the softs. Sorry, actually, has got 9 laps for them. As Jambo Webster with a spin. I didn't see that, but Wiggly Style in the end did come into the pits. So did Watts. Green Chicken staying out on those soft tyres. Interesting here, but Quazboy though, kind of in a little bit of traffic at the moment with Green Chicken, and is going to want to get past the Williams as quickly as possible now. Here goes the Quazboy, and indeed does get the move done. And now Bonnie Evil stopped behind the Williams as well of Green Chicken, and once again gonna go wheel to wheel into a very tricky position. In the end, I think came out all clean. I think it was. Looks like it was by the looks of it. Very nice camera angle there of that corner, really showing how tight this circuit is. As Jutsu can't get past Drams. Once again, these guys just having to battle through the traffic. of some people who haven't pit as of yet, some people who are on a alternate strategy. And this could be good for Jutsi Curve as he's opening that gap now to Quaz Boy. Isaac Smart not coming into the pits yet. Most likely probably going to see Jamba Websy come into the pits. He does indeed come into the pits. That's why I'm picking up a 3-second time penalty. Quaz Boy now round the outside. X5's retired the car. Is that a manual retirement? I think it could have been, yeah. It might be a manual retirement for Xexify. As Isaac Smart currently leading the race on these mediums, and want to be careful because incoming is Mr. Jutsikev. I can see in the background of that shot there, who's not too far away from Isaac Smart. Will he come in this lap? He might do. I'm guessing he's gonna. Most likely he's gonna come in this lap, I think. Or will it be next lap? He might wait a little bit longer. Yeah, he's not gonna come in this lap, so he's gonna wait a little bit longer. Try and hold Jutsikev up a little bit, actually. Maybe allow his teammate to get into the battle, back into the battle with the front runners. At the moment, he's a little bit far behind to do so. So he'll just be fighting for track position. And Ben Roberts down the inside, and that was forcing his way through the AlphaTauri, and in the end does get the move done up into fifth position. And Jutsikev is actually right on the back of Isaac Smart. And this may allow the Quaz Boy to actually catch up to the leader of Jutsikev. Oh, Jutsikev spun! Was there contact? Did Jutsikev try and send it down the inside? I didn't know if there was contact or not. And that is quite huge, even in terms of the Drivers' Championship, because now Boneville ahead of Jutsikev in this race. Remember, reduced points anyway in this second race. Jutsikev picking up a 3-second time penalty as well. I'm not sure whether there's contact from Isaac Smart or not, but Ben Roberts is right behind Jutsikev, and I really don't know whether there was contact or not there. No damage to Isaac Smart. I'm not really sure what happened. Jutsikev all the way down in 4th place now. Has he got damage? He does have wing damage. Could be one of the Alfa Romeo drivers to win this. But Isaac Smart still has to pit, and he hasn't pit yet. Possibly, yeah, Pierre maybe did try to go for the dive bomb and made contact and put himself into a spin, but here goes Quaz Boy on the inside. Now Boneville going to try and find a way through. Has it to the inside here, and going to make a little bit of contact with Isaac Smart, but in the end Isaac Smart not being able to battle because of the tyre wear that he has. And now it is Quaz Boy who leads this race. Boneville though going to look to the outside, the inside, sorry, and it's going to actually get the move done. But Quaz Boy forced a little bit wide. Jutsikev and Ben Roberts now in a battle. Will Ben Roberts look to the inside? Squeezed a little bit there, made a little bit of contact with Jutsikev, but in the end going to keep the position as it is. Ben Roberts, don't try and look for a move there. Yeah, it's a very difficult position to look for a move there. But Quaz Boy picking up another penalty. This is getting very, very good towards the end of this race. Boneville leading the race. Boneville wins this, really, really help her out in the Drivers' Championship. 9 out of 15 here. Ben Roberts right behind Jutsikev. We'll try and look for the move on the Swiss man. So Isaac Smart into the pits and is gonna go into onto the soft tyres, so he should be able to get himself back into this race a little bit now. Obviously with those soft tyres, he'll be absolutely flying, and I think he's going to come out just behind Jambo Websey, so that could form a little bit of a good battle towards the end of this race. Very tight pit exit there. It's Ben Roberts and Jutsikev now battling here as they go wheel to wheel. Ben Roberts squeezed to the outside, and in the end not able to make the move work, and this is costing Ben Roberts a lot of time to the front runners. Jutsikev does have a penalty though, so Ben Roberts just sticks behind him then. He won't get the position, but unfortunately for Ben Roberts here, the position that he's in is unfortunate because he's got one CLM Ferrari in the Ferrari behind him, possibly trying to make some moves as well. It's become a little bit of a three-horse race here. Jutsikev with his wing damage not allowing Ben Roberts to go past. 10 out of 15 here. And it is Bon Evil who leads over teammate Boy. Oh, and we've got a spinner. I think it's Drams. Yep. Wing damage. Just after coming underneath the grandstand, he's got wing damage. And Ben Roberts finally makes his way past Jutsikev. And up into third position. Is now going to try and gain as best a gap as he can on the Swiss man. The Swiss superstar, to try and get himself away from CLM Ferrari, as he just picked up a 3-second time penalty there, so that is not going to help him in his favour, as CLM Ferrari doesn't have any penalties. He's in a good position here to possibly get on the podium, unless Ben Roberts can pull out a good gap here, in which he is pulling out a gap to the Ferrari. Lap 11 of 15 here. Pulled out 1 second over Jutsikev. And again, CLM Ferrari cannot get the move done on Jutsikev, which is not going to be good for him, as he's losing time to Ben Roberts. At the moment, that gap about 1.5 seconds to Ben Roberts. Ben Roberts needs to open that gap to about 3 seconds if he wants to retain that spot on the podium. The gap from Ben Roberts to Boy is actually 3.1 seconds. Boy is 6 seconds of penalties. So that gap, that Ben Roberts not being able to get second. CLM Ferrari just picked up a 3-second time penalty. That whole thing that I just said there has become completely irrelevant, and it's all for nothing, pretty much. So, CLM Ferrari going to look to the outside. Interesting approach, but can he make it work? Jutsikev just not being able to hold the car and had to concede the position. CLM Ferrari gets past up into 4th position. Drams picking up a 3-second time penalty. And we've got someone off, I think. It was that DBD possibly moving out of the way, as he is a lapped car now. So lap 12 here. Coming towards the last stages of this race. we'll go down to the 50% race in Brazil. That will happen next weekend. Final weekend of the Weekend League. And yeah, the prelim races are next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are not broadcasted, but if any of the F1 drivers are watching, that's when it is. You are in your groups, as you should know. Did have to move a few people around, so if you are confused in which group you are, just pop me a message. Always open for questions. And then the GT Sport evaluation, the evaluation / prelim races are on Monday, and then the GT Sport season starts on that Friday, actually, next week. So our first season here in Gavra Racing is the GT Sport League, with 2 leagues in GT Sport now. The game really has blown up in recent months. Great to see. I've always loved GT Sport. Always been the game that I've been a lot quicker in compared to F1, as I've won a couple of races in GT Sport in my time. So yeah, good to see that GT Sport getting the popularity that it deserves now. It's such a good game, unlike Codemasters. But here comes the rain, as was said to me earlier on. But yeah, great to see GT Sport there getting the love. But make sure you tune in for the first race, which will be in the Group 4 cars, which are the slowest of the group cars which are going in. Which is around the Blue Moon Speedway Infield A, which is the infield track on the basically it's a NASCAR track circuit, but it's an infield one, so it's like a racetrack now, let's say. You'll see anyway on Friday, but yeah, make sure you tune in for then. There'll be 2 leagues. I think one of them starts at 6 and one of them starts at 8. But obviously we won't know yet who's and who until the yeah, maybe Pierre. I'm sure a lot of people will need a replacement throughout the season, so if you are available for that, it'd be great. But yeah, what I am yeah, but I think one of the races at 6 o'clock, one race is at 8 o'clock. That's UK time, so that'd be 7 and 9 o'clock if you're in Europe. Yeah, make sure you tune in for that, because it's gonna be a good one in GT Sport now. It's gonna be a very close contest between everyone. And a couple of people pitting actually. Is it time for intermediates? With 2 laps to go, is it time for the intermediates? I don't really know if I think it is. Is it time for the intermediates? Could just be a fatal error, because here comes Wiggly Star. Wiggly Star spun. So could this be intermediate time? I don't know. Let's have a ball on board with Bon Evil. Is Bon Evil struggling? Oh, very much sliding. Yes, it is intermediate time. And that is not good for the race leader, Bon Evil. But she has a 34-second gap over this man here who is struggling so much. It is Jambo Websey. In this track, as soon as he gets a spot of rain, it's just so difficult to drive. Usually in the Weekend League races, if we get rain at like 2 laps left, you could take the mediums, but since the rain is so bad on this track, everyone's had to pit for intermediates. Everyone who hasn't pit has lost out. Yeah, DRS is disabled. So Bon Evil now surely gonna have to pit. Oh no, will she? No, she's gonna go for the final lap. It's not worth pitting. But will Ben Roberts catch up? It mustn't be. Is it? I don't even know if it's time for the media, if it's time for the Inters yet. It looks like it. DBD's retired. Bon Evil's having to race with 9-lap-old mediums. Should have come into the pits. Is the timer coming down? It is. We could see a final lap overtake here. Look at the time now. 27 seconds to Bon Evil as Ben Roberts. Can he close that gap down over the space of a lap here? Can Ben Roberts do this? What an end this will be to this Weekend League race if he can do it. Ben Roberts now, that gap down to 25 seconds. It's Silverstone all over again, except it isn't a puncture. It's just rain. Jutsi Kev up into 5th position, getting past Jambo Websey. He's on the mediums. He can't do it. Is it Glock? He's running slowly. 23 seconds the gap is now. Bon Evil's halfway around the track. Ben Roberts, where is he? He's on the DRS straight. And that gap, surely it's got to be coming down quite a lot. It is 22 seconds now. Can Bon Evil stretch across the line? Let's have a look at penalties. Both of them on 3 seconds. That gap down to 20 seconds. Can Bon Evil hold it through the final stages of this race? I think she might be able to. 19 seconds the gap is now. 19 seconds. Now into the 18s. That gap, look how quickly the gap's coming down. Oh, it's a big drift from Ben Roberts. Can he win this race? 17 seconds. I don't think he's gonna. I think Bon Evil might take it. 16 seconds. 16.6, 16.4. I don't think he's gonna do it here, Ben Roberts. I don't think it's close enough. 15 seconds. 14 seconds. 13 seconds. Is Bon Evil crosses the line, and Bon Evil does win, and Ben Roberts has spun. Ben Roberts has spun. The McLaren has spun, and it's CLM Ferrari who is going to come round, and it's going to come across the line, and somehow miraculously the Ferrari takes second place. Ben Roberts will take third. Quasboy in fourth. Junsikev going to come round and take fifth. In the end, Jambo Websey, he's going to crawl across the line on those medium tyres and take what is going to be 6th place. Isaac Smart going to come across and take 7th, I think. Yes, he will. 7th place. J&B Surreal on the intermediate tyres. Oh, and he's made contact with the wall. Gonna come across in 8th place. Wiggly Style coming across on his medium tyres. Gonna come across in 9th. Green Chicken gonna come across in 10th place, and it'll be Drams in 11th. And then Watts at the back in 12th place. And what an end to this race. Weird seeing like most of the grid on intermediates, a couple of people on mediums and softs. It's Bon Evil who wins, and that could be crucial in the championship. There is your winner, Bon Evil. CLM Ferrari in 2nd. Ben Roberts in the end took 3rd position after he had a spin, after he's gaining so much on Bon Evil. But there is the final grid as it was. But very interesting for the Drivers' Championship. But yeah, make sure you tune in next week, where it'll be GT Sport on Friday, which is going to be great to see everyone back for the 2 leagues, as I was just mentioning before. Yeah, great racing from everyone. Really exciting to see that at the end there on the wets. But yeah, make sure you join for GT Sport on Friday. Weekend League back at the weekend. And then the Monday after that, Sunday, is the start of the main F1 leagues in Gavra. Academy on Monday, Freshman Tuesday, Premier Wednesday, and then Thursday will be the Super League. So yeah, make sure you join us for all of those. But it is the start of a GT Sport next week. And yeah, if you haven't already, if you are racing in the main leagues, there are the prelim races that aren't broadcasted, but there will be next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in your groups. So yeah. So thank you to everyone for joining me for this one, and I will see you all next weekend for, thank you Bon Evil in the chat, and I will see you all next weekend for the Weekend League, the final 2 weekend leagues of the season.